Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank you for coming out to this USL League Two Battle of the Undefeateds in the Southeastern Division between your Brave SC at 3 wins, 0 losses, and 2 draws, and the visiting squad from Nona, 4 wins, 0 losses, and 2 draws. Referees for tonight's contest, Erasmo Tejada, Caleb Lewis, Scott Hutchinson, and Victor Bargos. And now for the visiting squad from Nona. Number 1, Shane Wright. Number 3, Clarence Laureate. Number 5, Slade Starnes. Number 7, Georgios Kolonatis. Number 8, Ivan Ajakwa. Number 9, Christian Kraus. Number 11, Simon Afrifa. Number 12, Alon Dre. Number 18, Charles All. Number 19, Nicholas Thanhofer. Number 20, Edward Mensa. That is the visiting squad from Nona. And now it's time to get on your feet and make some noise in the land of the free and the home of your Brave SC Buffalo! Keeper number 1, Brick Wall Matthias Tiapo. Number 3, the Iceman, Niklas Vitor. Number 5, Enrique Galina. Number 7, Fabinho. Number 8, Matthias Ferreira. Number 13, Leonardo Andrade. Number 14, Alvaro Carrera. Number 16, Yuki Nakamura. Number 17, Augustine Yusem. Number 20, Brino Correa. And number 21, Nico Diaz. Brave SC is led by the one, the only head coach, Henderson da Silva! Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd please rise for the presenting of the colors by the Marine Corps National League. And now please rise, remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem.
Good evening. You're watching USL League 2 Soccer on Brave SC TV. It's the Brave SC Buffalo and the Nona FC Longhorns taking each other on here at the range at the Villages Charter Middle School here in the Villages. Drew Shaltry with you this evening as the two top teams in the Southeast Division face off. Both of these rivals still undefeated on the season. We'll take a look quickly at the featured player of the match. I want to thank you for sticking with us through this weather delay. Fabio Rodriguez coming into this one has started every game for the Buffalo, and he's going to be a key piece of Brave SC's attack tonight. If the game can be won or lost in the midfield, Fabinho is going to be a big part of that, leading the Buffalo with 4 goals this season, has 3 assists as well, and he and Mateus Ferreira, who are both tied for the team lead in goal involvements, have both scored in 3 consecutive matches. We'll see if either Fabio or Mateus can keep the hot streak going here tonight. It'll be a big one, as always, between the Buffalo and the Longhorns. These two teams over the last 2 years have split the 2 Southeast Division titles between them. Buffalo claimed it last year. Nona took it in its inaugural season in 2022. Buffalo looking to defend a championship here tonight, and at some point one of these teams is going to have to beat the other to avoid going to tiebreakers to settle that score. So both of these teams coming out looking for a crucial win in the Southeast Division this evening. The Buffalo 3-0-2, Nona 4-0-2. And Brave SC ready to take the pitch. Brave will be attacking left to right on your screen, wearing the gold home uniforms with the black lettering and black trim. Nona in the all blacks with white numbering and white trim. They will be attacking right to left on your screen. Should be a good one here tonight. Both of these teams coming off of large victories over divisional opponents. Brave SC most recently was at Brevard SC on Wednesday night, where they won 4-1, scoreless first half. Went up 2-0 early in the second, bit of a dicey moment, gave up a goal on a corner kick, and then managed to put it away with a convincing result by the end. Nona keeping things going with a win over Gainesville that same evening. This has been the matchup that both of these two teams have had circled on the calendar since the schedules were made way back in the winter. Nona will have the opening possession. And at long last, it appears we're ready to go. Maybe. 1 hour of lightning delays. What's a few seconds more? Nona will have the opening possession, and things are officially underway. Long ball up ahead to start things off. Galena jumping in with the header. Carrera trying to play it down. Nona will take possession. One thing to watch in this game, Nona going to run a high press for pretty much the entire 90 minutes, and who comes out on top in this game will be about what happens in the Buffalo's defensive third. Breno Correa sliding in front of that cross, which goes skying up into the air. Kept in bounds, but now pushing it the other way is Carrera. Fabinho not quite going to be able to keep hold of that one. Dre passes all the way back to his left back now. Thenhofer on the left side plays up to the touchline. Going to have a cross here for Nona. Popped up into the air, and Tiepo leaps up to grab that one. So danger avoided, but pretty good build-up right there. Christian Kraus was underneath that one. Tiepo, though, able to get in over top of him. A lot of returning players for Nona FC this year. Get into some of those in a little bit. Ball up ahead here, going to be tracked down, a little bit mishit, but now going to be bounced back to the keeper, Shane Wright. And he will just boot it out of bounds as he was under pressure from that left wing. I believe that was Augustine Newsome charging in there. Bitter, the throw in. It's a back from Carrera. Plays inside for Fabio Rodriguez. Now Carrera pushed off the ball. And a pass back to Starnes, who's going to clear it away. Settled down off the chest there of, I believe that was Colonadis. The ball ping-ponged around here. Fabinho's going to come away with it. Plays back to Ferreira. Ferreira, I think, trying a shot right there. Going to have it blocked Yuki Nakamura settles. And a charge in here and a foul going to be committed by Brave SC. I believe Fabio Rodriguez with a little bit of contact right there.
Foul number 7, Fabio Rodriguez, 4, Brave.
Getting back to his feet there is Edward Mensah. So it'll be a free kick here for Nona off the restart. To get back on the attack after that brief spell of possession for the Villages. About 2.5 gone in this one. And in that very small sample size, both of these sides look pretty evenly matched. Ball headed down. Nakamura chasing after it. Can't come away with it. Nona still on the attack here. Chip out to the outside. This is going to run long, shielded out the sideline by Nico Diaz. And Breno Correa will have a throw in for the Buffalo. Diaz dropping back to defend that wing. Not something the Buffalo have had to do a whole lot of this season. They have not faced a team with that can create the kind of offensive pressure that Nona can. Good job right there by Andrade, just staying in, waiting for that second touch. Oh, and a nice backheel pass by Ferreira. Nakamura gets it forward, back to Ferreira, chip over the top. Diaz offside. And I think it's the right call. He was just about a half step ahead. He'd been back there solo in a foot race. Chance for a one-on-one. Would not have had anyone to cross to, although Yusem did have maybe a beat on the closest defender, but Diaz brings the flag up right there. Scott Hutchinson spotting it on the near sideline. And now a whistle for another foul going down there is Ajakwa. Nona quickly going to play back to the keeper, Lorio. To Dre and all the way over to the right back position and back again to Shane Wright. Lorio under some pressure from Ferreira. Was all the way up. That ball kept in right there on the sideline. Looked like he was heading out of bounds in the air, but kept down with a header. Brave SC, though, will take over possession and a foul on the far side. I believe that was Alvaro Carrera who took a little bit of a spill. Oh, no, it's Augustine Yusem over on that far side, right in front of the Nona bench. So free kick from that spot. Interesting distance here. Unlikely it'll be a shot attempt, but Fabio Rodriguez standing over it. Been pretty magical this season, as Nico Diaz, I'm talking to him yesterday about this game, saying he and Mateus Ferreira right now, everything they touch, it seems like turns to gold, and that's a pretty good way of describing how this stretch of games has gone for those two. Here's Rodriguez on the free kick, looping ball in towards the box, going to be punched away. Oh, and an attempt right there from Carrera. Didn't miss by a whole lot. Boy, if that's on target, there's almost no chance of anyone stopping it. How big would that have been for Brave SC to go up here in the first 6 minutes? Last time these two teams faced off, Brave SC did in fact lead. In fact, they led twice, and both times Nona was able to find an equalizer. That ended up being a 2-2 draw, which was enough for the Buffalo to lock down the division last season. Now a shot going to be blocked by Chepo, and there's his first save of the match. So chance for chance. Brave SC and Nona trading blows early on here. I believe that was Afrifa Kudua over on the far side there with the attempt. Nice pass by Leo Andrade to get it going. Yuki Nakamura through the middle. Yusem out wide to the right side. Nice move by Diaz, cutting into the middle, has to hold up a little bit, passes back. Correa waiting on it. In for Yuki, played ahead for Diaz. Diaz trying to find space, has it tapped away. That run just stalled out over there on the right side. Nice slide right there by Diaz again, recognizing the overlap. Going back the other way. Mentioned earlier, hasn't had to do a whole lot of that tonight, but so far defending that right side well.
Number 8, Ivan Ajakwa for Nona.
Diaz, 2 goals on the season, also tallied an assist the other night against Brevard. And an offside flag for Alvaro Carrera over on that far side on the free kick. Decent crowd out here tonight, given the weather situation, but fans in this part of town happen to know just how important these matchups are between Brave SC and Nona. Tend to decide the division. Carrera taking a tumble now. Nakamura upended. And we're going to see our first card of the match, just the 8th minute. And already one going to Elandre.
Yellow card issued, number 12, Alan Dre for Nona.
Nakamura appears to be all right. Dre goes into the book. Brave SC will have the ball on a free kick. Galina here, positioned to play it short to Vitor right around midfield over on that far side. Galina, though, going to pass back to his line mate, Leonardo Andrade, who plays it up for Correa. To Ferreira, and Correa now taking it back. Will have to return it to his center backs. Back where we started with Galina, and he will once again play over to Andrade. Correa working his way into the middle, passes out to the right side. Ferreira gets past a man, taking it into the box himself. Gonna have a chance to cross. There it is. Oh, and just off the bottom of the boot of Yusum right there, might have had it played away. Ball will stay with Brave SC on a throw-in, though. Correa is going to leave this. Galina capable of fairly long throw-ins, and with this one lining up almost with the 18-yard box, maybe 20, 21 yards from the touchline there. Have a chance to get this thing out in front of the goal. And now we've got another situation in front of goal. Yusum hitting the ground. Now he's getting a warning, it seems. Some big bodies in that box. Jostling for position. Here's the throw from Galina. Arcing. It is away from the box, and we're going to have a foul. I believe that's going to be on Yusum for a dangerous kick, as he threw up a foot for that one and was up at the shoulders of the defender behind him. Yusum, tough go of it in the first few games of this season. Did not play in the last match, as Anderson de Silva elected to rest him specifically for this matchup. But prior to that, was leading the team in shots attempted. Still yet to score a goal. And mentioned he feels as though he is due. He's not only taken good chances, he's created good chances. Feels like it's just a matter of time before one goes in for him. Rodriguez battling a double team here, has it taken away. Little chip up ahead. Galina's going to handle that. Oh, manages to turn right around the attacker right there. And now going to be booted up the sideline and into no man's land, where Nona will collect. Now a line drive back the other way. Played inbounds. Nakamura plays it back to Galina. And now Andrade. To Galina on his left. And now Vitor. Vitor making his first start of the season at left back, though that is where Buffalo fans are accustomed to seeing him. 2 seasons as the primary starter in that position. Joined the team late, made the decision this year, got accepted and transferred to Duke from Wingate University, and had to spend a little bit of time with the Blue Devils on a preseason trip. Had a couple of matches in Australia. Came in good form, though, and earned man of the match the other night against Brevard SC for the Buffalo, and now a whistle or foul somewhere in that sequence. Ball will be staying with Nona FC, but it's going to get backed up to more around midfield. Dre complaining to the referee about something, and his teammate there trying to get things started before that conversation had reached its conclusion. Newsom trying to hinder this pass. It goes up the sideline. Vitor chasing. He's going to be a lot of contact over there, and this should be, yeah. Vitor was stumbling as he was getting grabbed over the shoulder by Free Fukuda. But referee on the side there spotting things in time before Free Fukuda took the dive there at the end of it. Free kick will play short. Galina. Correa. Way of Andrade. Surrounded there by black kits. Andrade has to pass back to Tiepo. Again, one of the huge keys in tonight's game is going to be how the Buffalo do against this Nona press. Nakamura.
Offside.
And we've got an offside flag again here on the near side. Talking to Anderson De Silva about this particular matchup. I'm saying it's not the talent, not the technical ability of this Nona side that worried him so much, and that's not to say that they don't have plenty of it, but just how aggressive they play, something that the Buffalo will have to manage. No one else in the Southeast Division that plays as up front as Nona does. And certainly when you look at the scores around the Southeast Division, it doesn't come as much of a surprise. They have won several lopsided contests already this year, as the Buffalo have in recent weeks, but Nona been putting up some big results for a little bit now, including a 4-1 over Florida Elite just last week. It was a very significant one in the division standings. Oh, and a late tackle right there by Andrade. We're going to get a whistle. We'll see if we also get a card for Leo. Certainly the Nona players calling for it. I don't think it's too much of a stretch for them to ask, as it is Andrade having the conversation with the head official right now. It does not look as though he will go to the pocket. So Andrade, at least for the moment, avoiding a booking. Picked up one for a tackle in the last home game. Hopefully that same spot of the field. This is Galina over on the left. Now Vitor getting it up the sideline. Finds Carrera. Carrera tackled right there. Played up ahead. Andrade in a foot race here. Manages to keep it away, but can't keep it in bounds. And quickly looking to make the throw in is Charles All. He will have to wait. Thanhofer will make the throw. Goes in short for Kalinitis. And Ferreira taken out right there. Tackle came through the ball and into the ankles there of Ferreira. So clean initially, but the follow-through contact with the studs up warranted the whistle. Galina forward up the sideline, a little bit misplayed in between Vitor and Rodriguez, and also Carrera further up the sideline. Throw in here for Nona. Nakamura kept it in bounds, but not too positive effect. Curling pass up the sideline. Thanhofer trying here, and one's going to go out the touchline, and it will be a goal kick. No deflection.
Nico Diaz results in a goal kick.
Just mentioned Thanhofer, one of several players, as I referenced earlier, that are back from last season for Nona. Van Hoffer, Dre, Christian Kraus, Georgios Kolonadis, all among names that Brave SC fans should recognize. Returning to the Central Florida side, despite the new coach, David Jacobs, now at the helm of Nona FC. So far, doing a pretty good job with the program. And the returns undefeated through 6 matches. This is the 6th match of the season for Brave SC, the midway point of the regular season here already. Feels like the year just began. Diaz on his way back to the defensive line, comes away with a steal, and now Ferreira takes more contact. Clean, though, this time, they'll say. Chip up ahead, and nicely done right there by Galina, slipping in to make the tackle. Diaz kept it in. The whistle comes in late. Signal back the other way. Hutchinson, the 4th official, making the call from up at midfield. Nico Diaz convinced that he'd managed to keep that inside the line, but now a throw in an interesting spot here for Nona FC, about 25 yards from the touchline. They're going to keep it short and kick it out of bounds. I'll say that was kicked away from Kolonadis, though. So instead, we'll have a throw in here for Thanhofer, now a little bit closer to that touchline. And instead throws it back. Thanhofer receives, working his way to the touch, and his curling try into the side of the goal. So it will be a corner as it took a deflection. And now we could see our first dangerous chance of the game in some time. A little bit since that early exchange. Buffalo had a try, and then Nona had a try that Tiepo saved in the 20th minute. Looks as if this will be Charles All on the corner. Right-footed, in swinging, headed up and away by Galina. Clears the box. Carrera racing after it. It's played back, kept in possession by Nona, all the way back to right. And he'll try for a long one over the top. All racing for it. Going to be headed down by Correa. A lot of contact, but no whistle. Into the middle here. A cut and a shot just wide. A try right there by Afrifa Kadua. Hard to say from this angle if Tiepo would have had the post covered had that been just inside. He was making the dive to his left. As it stands, will be a shot not on frame. Save not necessary, but collective breath caught in the chests of Brave SC fans in attendance tonight. Andrade, long ball up ahead, onside, and making the run was Yusum, but that one well ahead of him, skipping on the wet grass tonight a little bit. About a solid hour of rain earlier, and then took us even longer just for the lightning to clear the area. Grateful to everyone who has waited that out and is watching the stream here tonight. Andrade playing it back the other way. Long ball up ahead. We'll see if Carrera can get after this one. It will make it out of bounds, though, before he can reach the spot. Throw in, played back down the sideline. Now into the center. Up ahead, a turnover, though. That one straight to Diaz. Diaz working his way to the middle, taken down from behind. No whistle. Much to the surprise of the home supporters. It will be a throw-in for the Buffalo, still maintaining possession, but well, it looked an awful lot like a foul right there on the outside of the box. Correa, nice move there on the sideline, gets it back on the one touch from Diaz, pushing it up himself, trying a curling cross, skips away, and Wright just getting in there in time to grab that one in front of Carrera. The reigning Southeast Division Player of the Year, looking for his 4th goal of the season potentially. He was charging in on that one. Great to make the throw in now here on the near side. Back to Ferreira. So back to Breno, up ahead for Yusem. Pass back to Ferreira, who's in a little bit of trouble here. And no whistle, and player goes tumbling over the ball. I believe that's Colonades. Mateus Ferreira got ball initially on that. It was a dangerous pass, certainly put him in a bad spot. And Colonades rolled down on top of it and grabbed the ball. His free kick, yes, going to the Buffalo. The whistle was for the handball. Correctly called there by the referee, I do believe. You're not whistling the foul for contact by Ferreira. This is a free kick. Now played back to Matias Tiepo. Brave SC will work it out of the back once again. You'll notice not as easy for the center backs just to bring this one all the way up to midfield as it has been in previous matchups. Long ball there, again, all the way back to right. So Buffalo will turn it over to the Longhorns. See what they can do probing on offense. Yusem being a pest up there up top. Carrera now doing the same. A little bit of pressure there, but the Longhorns managed to break it. Play up ahead is stopped by Nakamura. And he does manage to come away with this one. Plays over to Andrade. Nicely done there by Yuki on the defensive side. This is Ferreira. Go to the far sideline for Carrera. Carrera looking for space to cross, and his cross is blocked. Comes right back to his foot. Plays it back to Ferreira. Now over to Carrera. And for Rodriguez. Back to Ferreira by way of Carrera. Left-footed chip over across the field to Correa. Long ball up ahead. Vitor puts a head on it. Yusem not going to get there before Wright scoops that one out of the air. Nice little sequence right there for the Buffalo, developing a chance. Vitor just not quite able to get to that one before the keeper. Gonna put it on the ground. And now sends up the middle. Correa tracking this one back. Gonna pick it up, it looks like. Play back to Andrade. Correa. To Andrade, now back to Tiepo. Colonades hunting as always. Breno, the sideline. Diaz trying to settle this one. Plays it towards the touchline. He's going to have a chance here. Keeps it on the ground inside. Yusem turns straight into the hands of Wright. Just didn't get under that one enough. It's one that maybe on dry turf he's able to put a little bit more power on, but trying to turn on that one. Steered it towards net. Just didn't give it the lift and the power that it needed to really challenge Wright. Nakamura. Putting it back for the Buffalo. Turned over briefly, but Fabinho Rodriguez back on it. Carrera now. Nakamura. Rodriguez. Vitor back to Carrera. Carrera into the middle. Ferreira taking a little bit of a bump from behind, but manages to play it back to Vitor. Curling ball up into the box. Going to be headed back. Diaz should be able to get to this one. Does keep it in. He's going to try to cross now. Back to the far post over the head of Carrera. Vitor tries one, blocked away and out of bounds. And now we will see here throw in from just inside 18 yards. He's going to quickly go back. Galena playing all the way up here. Nakamura back to Vitor on the left, and a little miscommunication right there, but that ball somehow finds Fabio Rodriguez, who loses, oh, excuse me, Carrera, who lost his footing. Not going to be able to win this one back, and now is going to be whistled for the contact right there, feet getting tangled up as he was trying to get it back there from Ajakwa. Yellow card to Carrera here in the 28th minute.
We'd like to take this opportunity once again to recognize our sponsors for the 2024
on the Buffalo.
USL League 2 season. Alcott Chiropractic and Wellness
One
Center,
also given to
the
Nona.
Golf Cars, Aviv Clinics, the Standard.
Game has been fast-paced, but not a lot of chances so far, but I feel the tension in this one, the understanding how much this one could mean. If your team comes away with, if a team, I should say, comes away with 3 points in this matchup, they are certainly in the driver's seat for the rest of the season in the Southeast Division. And no whistle right there on the tackle, so the Buffalo playing on and playing back. Galina to Tiepo. Andrade now. Forward for Diaz. Under a lot of pressure right there. Loses the ball. Gives to Charles All. Ajakwa. No, All again. Ball up ahead. Hit it down. Nakamura stepping in just to boot that one back the other way. Lands on the foot of Yusum, who battling two, manages to come away, and he gets the ball away to Rodriguez. Up ahead now, Carrera on the wing, getting it to Vitor, running the overlap. Nice play right there, getting it to Yusum, who goes down with some contact, but again, no whistle. Similar to the play at the other end, so tit for tat. Fair no call. Well, staying with the Buffalo this time, Vitor goes back to Galina, chip back up ahead for him. Tiepo over to Andrade. Correa. The right side, Ferreira now. His pass deflected, and it will be a turnover. Colinares. Give and go there, gets it back, and right there Andrade made the nice play, but Mateus Ferreira couldn't see it running there from behind Colinares. Ends up not getting out of bounds.
3 points. Then let your boys hear ya. Big
Throw into the top of the box. Andrade getting in front of it. It's quickly sent up the other way, but safely in Nona's hands, or rather on Nona's boots. The middle, Ajakwa. Moves it forward. Andrade solid here and has his feet taken out. Late contact right there by Niklas Stanhofer, who now has to have a conversation with the head official. Just a warning, no card on that one. But definitely late on the slide from behind Leo there. Tiepo. Line drive away. Popped up into the air. His back line converging on that one. There's a Dre at the center. Over to Nona's right side. Played all the way back to right. Over to Lorio. Ahead, turned over. Mateus Ferreira looking for space, puts it out in front of Diaz. He pulls it back. Plays it out into space for Ferreira. It took a deflection, but it does make it to the Buffalo midfielder, and then he turns it over. Ferreira gets it back, gets it to Rodriguez, and his roller on frame, but no challenge there for Shane Wright. High ball, Galina, hard contest there, and I think he is going to get called for the foul. He kind of had to lean back into his man there. Can't quite tell who that is on the far side. Been on his feet now. I believe that might have been Christian Kraus over there in the collision. So free kick. Just outside the Buffalo's defensive third here. They'll take it short. Get up ahead. Up the sideline, tracking out of bounds, but kept in. Curling pass finds no one except Nico Diaz, who now has it with a little bit of space here on the near side. Plays into Ferreira, and he will play back for Correa, who's under some pressure. Back to Ferreira. And up ahead, Diaz not going to be able to get to that one. Lorio playing it back to right, and he's just going to boot it away. Up into the air, 50-50 ball at midfield. Flying in is Vitor, puts it right on Fabio Rodriguez. Rodriguez stops. He's going to hold up now. Hesitating a little bit right there. Calling for a handball as that pass for Ferreira was deflected. Did make it to Ferreira, then to Andrade, then to Galina, who's now facing a double team. Nakamura really left for Vitor and back to Galina. Buffalo managing to evade a lot of this pressure. Pereira, long pass, puts it on the head of Carrera. Rodriguez running after it, a little bit of contact here. Manages to keep it right in the corner. Now dribbling it back, looking for room to make a cross. Is going to make a cross. It's going to be punched away. Nona settling and now looking to counterattack. This is Dre. All working here against Ferreira. Passes back. Ajakwa. And now Lorio. Pass up the sideline. Kraus. A little confusion right there from Nona for a moment. But now getting the numbers forward. Nakamura sliding past, or shot rather, deflected. Stopped there by Andrade. Nicely done. Now Diaz quickly trying to switch fields, but Nona player waiting on it. Now Carrera chopped down from behind. That will draw a whistle. Referee going to check on him.
Foul number 20, Edward Mensah for
Now this is going to be Edward Mensah, I believe. Committed the foul. .36 minutes already gone in this one. Both teams limited 4 chances at this point. The most dangerous came from Nona. One that was saved by Chiepo back in the first 10 minutes. Although just before that, Buffalo had one that missed the frame. Carrera with a leaping kick on a rebound. Oh, misplayed right there by Nakamura. And now Nona taking it off the turnover. Nakamura trying to win it back, will not do so. Colianatis back to Dre, and all the way back to the Longhorns back line, Lorio. And some pressure there from Yusum, giving Nona a little bit of trouble at least. And now ball played up ahead, turned over to Ferreira, but under pressure, Carrera unable to play a good pass. Now trying to win it back again. And again goes to the ground. Rodriguez trying, but not able to win it there in a physical battle. Long ball up ahead, and Nona player taking a tumble. Another Nona player taking a tumble, and a card issued to Mateus Ferreira. If I'm not mistaken, that's his first of the season. And that is Simon Afrifa Kodua down on the far side, now up on his feet. Coming up on 38 minutes now in this one. Nona playing short off the free kick, just up the sideline. Play back to the originator. Now room to switch fields. They will do so. Over to Lorio. Near side, midfield. Goes to play one ahead, chested down by Andrade. A little bit up from his spot on the back line. Now plays over to Ferreira. The Buffalo looking for a counterattack opportunity here. Long ball up ahead. Usem not going to try to keep this one in, but quickly goes with the throw. Back to Diaz. Usem left alone now over near the sideline, and that pass just a little bit behind Diaz from Rodriguez, and now foul as Diaz was, again, trying to win possession back. Neither team has really been able to create much in the final third here tonight. Not dissimilar from the match these two teams played here a year ago, scoreless draw. Certainly neither team would be thrilled with that result, though I don't think either team could be too upset about it either. Undefeated squads, nothing lost at that point. But a loss here tonight. Now, Anderson de Silva summed it up pretty well. Loss really feels like, or a win, either way, the result kind of feels like it's worth 6 points. Because not only are you getting the 3, but you're taking away 3 from a team that really needs them to keep pace with you. Buffalo chance to tie Nona in points tonight, despite having played one fewer game if they can get the victory. Correa. Swinging ball over the head of Yusuf, diving is Ferreira, and the ball just stops right there in front of the goal line. No one close enough to make a play on it. Another good try by Ferreira. Great save, though, by Shane Wright. My goodness. Might be the best play of the match so far, really, for both teams. And that'll be a whistle to Ferreira. Not a lot of contact there. I mean, I think there was maybe a shade of a shove, but Ajacqua kind of held up on him. Ferreira already playing on the yellow card, being told, hey, no more. Not going to get any more slack from this officiating crew. Lorio up ahead. One back by Andrade. Ferreira trying to push it. Trying to play it through the middle. Carrera trying to get after it. Has it booted away right there to make the play. Now quickly Nona on the counterattack. Nakamura back, as well as the 2 center backs for Brave SC. Galina standing there in front of Colionadis. Now Nona jerseys back to compete as well. All stood up by Galina, trying to contend that that ball out of bounds was off of All, but it'll be a throw-in for Nona. Dangerous spot here if they can get something lofted into the box. Plenty of height on this Nona team. You look at Frifa Kodua, look at Nicholas Stanhofer, look at Lorio, look at Colinadas even, Ajacqua. Plenty of guys who can come up and you have to imagine get ahead to a ball. is Lorio coming all the way up. Working up with Andrade. High ball, not going to make it in front of the net. Headed away by Andrade. Cleared nicely by Carrera. Booted back towards the Buffalo goal. Diaz trying to head it downward. Shot rising just over the bar. And I think a little bit outside as well. Tiepo taking a dive there just in case. Didn't end up being necessary, but he was ready for it. Vitor. Buffalo been dangerous shooting from outside the box in the last couple of matches, but tonight have not found themselves really with the space to do even that. Part of that, Nona plays anyway with that press on at pretty much every phase, but also I'm sure some scouting by Dave Jacobs and his staff. Well played back to Lorio. Going over there to Starnes, now up the right side for Nona. Back to Starnes. Getting that one away from Ferreira to Dre. Lorio chips it up. Van Hoffer forward. Andrade coming over to knock that one away from the combination of Kolinatis and All. Nakamura getting hooked right there. So manages to win the ball back for the Buffalo. Trying to play it forward here, but his pass blocked. All is it down for Kolinatis. All now Andrade with an easy clear. So that one came right to him. Carrera now with Yusum on his left. Just the two of them forward for the Buffalo, battling against four black kits. He will play it out, and now numbers coming for Brave SC. Diaz settles on the right side, plays it up ahead. Cross by Carrera, chip by Vitor right inside the post, but again, not a challenge for Shane Wright. Another good sequence by the Buffalo, that time on the counterattack, and Vitor knows what a missed opportunity that was. Trying to tuck it inside that right post. Shane Wright in position there. That one needed to be elevated and put towards the far side of the frame.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we are officially in first half stoppage time. Ball forward, Andrade. Managing to make the stop there in the back line. Up ahead for Rodriguez. Now to Ferreira. Yusum in the center, Diaz running on the right, Carrera on the left, and things will hold up. And we've got a player down back at the other end for Nona. Lena offering to give him a stretch. Hard to tell. I believe that is Simon Afrifa Kodua. And yes, it is. Sally Marks, the trainers at the Villages Charter Schools, coming out to give him a look as well. Get some water, maybe some electrolytes there.
Player for Nona, number 11, Simon Afrifa.
Now struggling to get back to his feet. Afrifa Kodua making it to the sideline, his own power. And now the Buffalo getting play started again. Ferreira back to Galina. Now Nakamura playing all the way back behind the defensive line. Andrade bringing it forward himself. Up ahead. Curling long pass there by Diaz, settled in the corner by Ferreira. He's going to try across, and this bounces behind the net, and it looks like it'll be a corner with the deflection there on his try. So see, it looks as though Diaz going to be heading over to the flag to take this one. Seen a lot of Rodriguez on these so far this season, but Nico Diaz going to get a chance to try one here. We've seen his danger on place kicks. Scored on a free kick in a home opener this season. Now swinging out away from the goal. Dropped down on the ground by Correa, but cleared by Nona out of bounds into the visiting bench. So dangerous moment there with the ball played down onto the ground in the box, but no attempt by the Buffalo on goal. And we are currently in first half stoppage, so this can come to an end at any moment. Correa ahead, stolen away by Nona. Pushing it quickly up the field here was Thanhofer with some urgency. Plays one ahead. This could be a chance. Held up. Galena in front of it. Tiepo also in the way. Ball passes through the box untouched. A scary moment there for the Buffalo, but they are going to have a throw in, it would appear. And that will bring us to halftime. So through 45 minutes, neither side able to find the net. It has been as intense as the billing would suggest, although the scoreboard certainly staying quiet as compared to both of these teams' latest matchups. We'll take a break for the duration of halftime, and we'll be back on the other side with you. You're watching Brave SC and Nona FC on Brave SC TV.
half started.
Second half just about to get underway here from the Villages, Florida. Nona FC and Brave SC scoreless through one half of play. Drew Shaldry here with you tonight on Brave SC TV. And both of these teams looking for what would be a massive 3 points if either team can't come away with the full result. Both sides undefeated to this point. And as things stand, would leave tonight's contest in that same fashion, on pace for the lead in the division. Buffalo will have the opening possession. They switch to attack right to left on your screen. Nona left to right. Visitors, of course, in the black road uniforms. Buffalo in the home golds. No substitutions for Brave SC to start.
All right,
we have noticed yet for Nona. We are underway here. The second half of play. Vitor. Back to Galina. Now to Andrade. Long ball up ahead through the air. Trying to get it forward for Carrera on the run. Going to have it shielded away, and it'll go out the touchline. It's last touched by Richard Thompson, who is indeed a sub, but no, the referees will say that Thompson managed to shield that out successfully. And so it'll be a goal kick going back the other way for Nona. Long kick headed away and skipping out of bounds. So going back to the Buffalo here. Vitor on the throw in. High arcing throw. Headed away there from Yusum Nakamura, coming back in, trying to get it forward again for the Buffalo. Thompson. Head Nakamura, not going to get there in time. Stopped though by Vitor, now ping-ponging around in the middle of the field. Play back by Vitor all the way to Chiepo, who's got time to stand on this one and make a decision. Bring it forward a little bit. Now high ball over to this left side, running long. Carrera not going to get the head to it. Going to be headed away and out, but staying with Brave SC. Carrera taking down, a little bit of pressure from behind there by Thompson. And that is a free kick in a reasonably dangerous territory there. Fabio Rodriguez and Alvaro Carrera both in the area for this one. Use some forward for the Buffalo. Vitor, the near man. Mostly posting up right around the 18. It's going to be kept on the ground. Vitor secures it, plays it back. Rodriguez going to try from outside the box. Blocked on the foot of Correa. Blocked again. And now Nakamura stopping the Nona counterattack. Thompson has this one up into the air. Played up ahead. Onto the foot of Nakamura. And back now, Nona starting the counterattack. The Longhorns have numbers going forward. Out to the left side now. Closed down by Correa. Knocked away. The pass back deflected by Nico Diaz, all working there on the sideline, trying to get it back into the interior. Some confusion here. Perhaps about the color of the pennies the players warming up on the sideline were wearing for Nona. A couple of yellow pullovers over there could be the source of the issue. Throw in, kept on the touchline by Andrade, manages to get it away to Ferreira. Nakamura trying to play it back up ahead. Diaz knocked to the ground.
Number 20, Edward Mensah.
Foul there on Edward Mensah. Andrade will come up quickly. Takes a soft free kick over to Galina. And then we'll get it back.
Substitution for Nona.
And for Ferreira.
Contest. Number 2, Richard Thompson.
Middle, Galina. Nakamura from the center circle now. For Rodriguez, a little bit of space for him to work with. Now trying for a long ball up to the right side. Chested by Diaz, shot out of the air and in! Nico Diaz puts the Buffalo on the board with one of the better goals of the year. Brave SC leads it in the 50th minute. Anderson de Silva looking for unpredictability from his squad. We get a long pass right there by Rodriguez, who will put up his 4th assist of the year. And Diaz plays it forward off the chest, pops it up, drives it home into the opposite corner of the net. What a play. Nico Diaz take a bow. Yellow smoke now billowing in from Anderson's Army, the supporter group down there in the front row of the stands. And that one certainly should get them excited.
Number 7, Fabio.
So now Nona going to be playing from behind. We'll see how much more dangerous they get. Already that press has been so aggressive tonight. Throw in up the sideline. Vitor heading it down over the head of Nakamura on the chip. Kalinatis trying to play forward. Galina quickly back to Vitor, nicely dealt with there. Fabinho battling, manages to get around a man. That's Ajakwa that he's fighting with. Now up the right sideline, played up ahead. Diaz on it again. What's he got in store this time? Plays it forward for Yusuf, turns just over the bar, off the underside of the football goalpost. He has been so due. And what a connection right there with Diaz. As though that might have been the one. Yusum, Mateus Ferreira talked to him about how frustrated he's been not to have scored at this point with so many chances, so many opportunities. And Ferreira said, yeah, I mean, it's tough, but also imagine if your first one comes here against Nona. How much more it'll mean. And certainly if he'd put that one away, that would have been massive. Yusum back to Correa under a lot of pressure, manages to get it away. Yusum gonna have a cross here off the back heel of a defender. Nakamura coming all the way up for it. He's gonna try, his shot is blocked. Oh, and that goes out clearly and quickly back to Kraus, and now Nona sparking a counterattack. Kolinatis bring it in from the left wing, has to play it back. It will stay with Nona, but a nice little bit of defense right there to hold up the counter. Quick throw in, back to Dre. Lay back to Starnes on the back line, and over now to Thompson. Starnes forward for Dre. Bringing it himself. Pass up ahead, rolling on the ground. Dangerous moment here. Galina, though, with the recovery. And Vitor trying to get this one away. Manages to do so to Carrera. And Carrera sending. Yusum running up ahead. This is not going to get by Starnes, though. Thompson coming in to collect. Plays it back to Starnes. And Starnes to Lorio, his line mate. He's not able to keep it, though, as he had to rush the reception. Carrera now. Vitor running on his left, didn't see it in time, tried to go into the middle for Ferreira. Had Nicolas Vitor in all kinds of space. All running right back into Ferreira, manages to stay on the ball. Rodriguez hounding him, play up ahead, manages to get through Correa. Kolinatis in the middle for All. Gets around a man, and a push right there by Vitor. No whistle. I think some surprise from all parties on that one. Yusem keeping this in on the sideline, and now the whistle comes in. He did not quite manage to do so. Ferreira, tackle there. Rodriguez battling, toying, it seems, with Dre, but shot and easily handled there by Matias Tiepo, all with the attempt. Vitor on the near side. Ferreira. His chip over the top makes it all the way back to the defensive line, and it'll be played back to right. Oh, clearance attempt blocked by Vitor. Be a throw in for Nona. With Thompson taking that from a generous spot. And there's the direction from head official to take it back to where it belongs. Going back to Starnes. Ball up ahead. Galina just trying to settle. Galina boots it out of the building. Ball lobbed towards the box here. Cleared by Andrade. Correa chasing after it. I believe this is off a deflection. And now it'll be a throw in for Nona. A lot of pressure right there. And that was Afrifa Kodua coming up behind Correa. Throw in low, just outside the box. Nakamura defending well there. Diaz coming up hobbled after chipping that one out. Have to hope that that was just a small knock. Thompson. This ball played forward to All. He had trouble collecting though. We'll get it back from Starnes. Roller forward. Koyanatis blocked and cleared away. Yusum not going to get to this one, headed up by Starnes. Diaz trying to get it back to Rodriguez, but taken away by Dre. Thompson forward. All getting away from Nakamura. Now getting around Andrade. Nakamura going to commit the foul here, and I think almost certainly, at the very least, going to have a conversation with the referee, but would not be surprised to see him grab a card. No, not going to do it this time. It was an aggressive and somewhat desperate play there by Nakamura as he lost position. So now, free kick from 28, 29 yards. Got a wall of, looks like Correa, Diaz, Yusum, and Galina. Shot blocked, and will head straight out of bounds. So the wall does its job there. Wall built by the brick wall, Matias Tiepo, keeping him from danger. Quick throw in again, Koyanatis from just outside the box, has it poked away. I believe that was Diaz who won it back for the Buffalo there. Nice bit of defense. Correa. Flat throw in here to Ferreira. Poked away out of bounds. So staying with Brave SC on that far side. Looks like we might have a couple of substitutions getting ready to come into this game. Lee Bradbury and Oscar Rosano over there talking to the fourth official. Yusum. Have to make this run count. Vitor. There's a cross. Back to Ferreira. A try. Oh! Diaz! Again! Same spot. Another line drive to the back corner. It's a brace for the man from Miami. Having the game of his life in Brave SC's most important match to this point in the season. Nico Diaz Have yourself a match, my friend. There are many ways to endear yourself to Buffalo fans. It's hard to find a bigger one than scoring against Nona. Unbelievable the night that Nico Diaz is having here. We'll see if his night's going to last much longer. Again, two substitutions waiting on the side. And by the way, Mateus Ferreira going to receive credit for the assist on that one, which brings him back into a tie with Fabio Rodriguez for the team lead in goal involvements. Mateus now actually going to get some relief here. Bradbury coming in for him. Louis Bradbury, by the way, scored his first of the season the other night at Brevard. A beautiful shot from the touchline, curled it around into the far corner. One of the better shots of the year in a Buffalo uniform. Said it was a huge relief. Oscar Rosano also on. He's looking for his first goal as he relieves Yusum in a very similar situation. Rosano also has had some chances, has not managed to put one away. Two of them have split a lot of minutes at that striker spot. And that, perhaps one of the more interesting things, the Brave SC has scored so many goals. None of them have come from the striker position so far this year. We are now into the 62nd minute of this one. We apologize. We were having some technical issues with the clock. Our scoreboard graphic there. I'm working on getting that resolved, but I'll try to keep you updated on the time as best I can. Throwing up the sideline here. Taken away by Nona. Nicely played forward. And a chip up ahead for Colionatis. Running with it is Galina. Pushed down from behind. No call. Saved, though, by Tiepo. Boy, I mean, that was a full extension push by Colionatis right there into the back of Galina. And amazing that, as on top of things, as this referee has been tonight and the warnings that both teams have received for physicality, incredible that that has been allowed to transpire without a whistle. Here's the corner. Long, just across the crossbar, cleared away by Bradbury. Carrera running after, not going to get there in time. Nona keeping it played forward, but not able to connect on the pass to Dre. And so we'll go back to Brave SC here. And will be a throw-in, though, for the Buffalo. Tough spot, backed up into their own corner. Critical that save by Tiepo, given that there was no foul called on that sequence. Carrera and Rodriguez hounding the ball here. Rodriguez managing to tap it away. Diaz trying to cut inside with it, couldn't quite keep control. Now it skips back to Tiepo, who lets it roll off his hands. And now I believe we'll pick it up, yep, in front of Colionatis. Line drive kick out from Tiepo. Settled nicely there in the middle by Rodriguez. Now up ahead for Rosano. We'll see if he was onside, and call is no.
Offside is...
He was off. It wasn't by much, but close enough that we were questioning it up here. Call by the far side official down there. Now Thompson for a big boot here. Over the top, string towards center. There lands on the foot of Nakamura. Relay by Rosano, gets it out to Diaz on the right side. Diaz. Back to Rosano. And Rosano somehow managing to get a shot off of that. It is gloved, though, by Wright, who throws it out quickly to All. Nona not getting the quick push that they wanted. Rosano with the fresh legs pursuing here. Doing his best to cause some problems for Nona, and he does as Wright boots it out of bounds. So Anderson da Silva not content with a 2-goal lead, keeping the pressure on. 65 minutes almost gone in this one, ticking towards that mark. 25 minutes to protect a 2-goal lead for the Buffalo. Nona rarely been shut out this season. Just once a 0-0 draw with Brookhouse earlier this season, in which the Lions played park the bus defense, packing the back. Bradbury lays it up ahead. Is Vitor onside? And there's the flag once again on the far sideline. He was certainly ahead by the time he received that one. Thompson again taking the free kick off of the offsides violation. It's back to Wright by way of Starnes. A lob out towards the sideline over the head of Carrera. Thompson settling it nicely. Plays into the center for All. All trying to go over the top. Got a runner who's after it. Chance here for Nona. Nicely played, though, by Andraja, knocking that one away. I believe that's Jamon Barclay out there now, by the way, up top for Nona. Substitution for the Longhorns that we missed earlier. Apologize for that. Quick throw in, Rodriguez. Back to Correa. Ball up the sideline, over the head of Rosano, over the head of Loriot as well. Straight out of bounds. And quickly a throw in for Nona. Back to Wright. Ball up ahead, Galena. The header back, offside though called. Colinatis in disbelief of that call, but Scott Hutchinson on this near side, about as solid as they come. Veteran referee in this area. He makes that call, he does so with confidence. Vitor. Bradbury now. Going to take Thompson, plays into Carrera. Back to Rosano. Rosano turning and shooting.
Shot number 9.
The full 360 there, not able to generate enough power to test Wright, or the requisite lift, I should think, to get that one by the Nona keeper. Again, Rosano and Usim both managing to put balls on frame, putting themselves in dangerous positions, creating even for themselves at times. And just still have not been able to put a goal away. Now a card given to Breno Correa for that tackle over on the sideline. He seems to be more shaken up by it than the Nona player that he collided with. All on the free kick, arcing in towards goal, headed down at the post. Taken by Tiepo. Calls for a handball from Nona FC, not called by the referee. Carrera out on the break. He's got yellow kits coming up behind him. Played up ahead for Bradbury. Can he get to it in time? He cannot. Just a step out of his reach. Had that pass from Carrera held up just a bit more. A beautiful chance there for Bradbury to chip the keeper. Almost certainly end this one. 69 minutes gone, nice half for the Buffalo, as they have put up 2 courtesy of Nico Diaz. Assists coming as they so often have from each Fabio Rodriguez and Mateus Ferreira. Oh, misplayed over there on that far side.
Substitution incoming.
It's Edward Mensah.
Nona.
A little mistake over there on the line. Substitution coming in now, Paulo Alves
Number 7, Georgios
in the
Kalanitis.
match.
Entering number 10,
Kalanitis going
Paulo
off.
Alves.
Kalanitis has been a big part of this Nona team in the previous matchups with Brave SC. Certainly a name that Buffalo fans are probably not upset to see leave the pitch. A dangerous player for the Longhorns. Vitor going to pass back to Galina. Andrade. Rodriguez up ahead. Now Rosano forward for Diaz, trying to play it inside, and it's going to go off the foot there of Starnes and out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in for Brave.
For Brave.
We're going to get another sub as well for the Buffalo. Nazar Deputat making his 2024 home debut. Premiered this season with Inter Gainesville KF.
In the contest, number 14.
Decided he wanted to come back to the Buffalo.
Carrera.
He will be replacing Alvaro Carrera.
Entering the contest,
Has not
number
made it onto the
30,
stat sheet tonight.
Nazar.
Played a pretty solid game over on that left wing. Nazar, of course, a dangerous player as well. Anywhere on that left side. And, of course, in the midfield. We'll see if this means that Anderson de Silva is going forward cross in the center. Someone else is moving up into that left wing position. Rosano headed towards the goal, right, turning around, manages to grab that one off the touch line. Nakamura unable to clear, however, Breno Correa is. Nona back on the ball here. Andrade battling for it. Bradbury coming over to get in front of a man here. Battling with Mensah. And a lot of physicality in this battle. Foul will be called against Bradbury. A lot of mutual hand fighting in that particular situation. Here's the free kick, high towards the far post, off of a Longhorn head and out of bounds. Real threat there to Chippo. Oh no, it will be off of a Brave player actually. Excuse me, perhaps Rosano got a piece of that one. So corner now coming for Nona FC. Here it is, long, past the far post, headed down. Louis Bradbury, oh, going to keep it on the ground himself. Nicely done there. Plays it up ahead. On the run and now into the center. Deputat going to play it back out wide. Chasing after it is Rodriguez. Can't quite keep it in bounds. It was a good chance, a 2-on-2 right there, and then just a little bit off with that last touch by Nazar. Rodriguez not quite able to handle the pass coming back his way, but certainly had Nona on the back foot there. Bounce throw. And Andrade pops it back the other way. Nakamura trying to play it back. Vitor comes up. Rodriguez. Chip up ahead. Vitor not going to get to that one before Starnes. However, here's Bradbury. Bradbury in traffic, making his way out. Tries a shot, deflected down, it looked like.
Shot number 10, Louis Bradbury.
And we will see.
Results in a corner kick.
Corner kick indeed awarded. We'll see who will take this one. It looks as though it will be Diaz. Can he add an assist to his already stellar night? Good work by that ball boy, by the way, drying off the ball for Diaz. He's going to try for an out-swinging goal kick here. Deputat up to the front post. Rezano, Galina, the next men for Brave. Curling away, try by Rodriguez. Not going to be able to steer it on. And it runs out of the reach there of Diaz, unable to get a second chance at it. Just over into the 75th minute, 15 minutes left. for the Buffalo, trying to hang on for what would be a massive victory over Nona FC. Neither of these teams has lost a contest yet. Both of them have dropped points in draws early in the season. Both of them tied with Brookhouse, both of them tied with Florida Elite. And so really not much of a difference between them at all, other than Nona having one extra result in the books already. 3 points tonight for the Buffalo, should they stand, would put them in the driver's seat the rest of the way, needing just a draw and then the expected results against the rest of the Southeast Division to come away with a 5th division title. Ball played out to the left side here. Vitor sliding. Thompson got to the ball first there. Now ball played up ahead. This is Barclay cutting inside, curls it, but right into Nakamura. Looked as though it would be more dangerous than it was, although this dangerous as Rodriguez turns it over. Troublesome play right here. Kraus down to the left wing, looking for space. Working here against Correa, not finding much room, has to play it back. Dre over to Thompson now. And Thompson to All. Thompson trying to make the play here, but Buffalo defense standing strong there. Plays back to Dre. Chip attempted over the top. I think it may have been off an arm right there. Either way, cleared away by Andrade. So throw in now for Loriot. Goes back to Dre. He manages to step inside with it. Now plays back to Thompson. Roller forward. Thompson. Barclay. Try across, rising, headed back and away. Here's an attempt, stopped by Andrade. Shot there was tried by Ajakwa. Now across in, gloved up by Chiepo, and a whistle on top of it. Be a free kick from that sideline for Brave SC.
To recognize our sponsors and our partners for this 2024 Brave SC USO League 2 season.
Throw in rather.
Alcott Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
Quickly to Nakamura, played back to Andrade. He will find Chiepo under some duress here, manages to play it forward. Bradbury trying to settle Rosano, doing a good job shielding Starnes. Now up that right wing, Diaz on the hunt for it. Is goal number 3 on the way. Diaz gonna try, and it's saved by Wright. Trying to just place that one, and you needed a little bit more pace. Thinking too much about the hat trick there. Debutant chasing here after Barclay.
We appreciate each and every one of these sponsors.
Lay it back for Loriot.
See you guys patronize each and every one of these sponsors to show your appreciation for their
ahead.
support of Brave
With it now is
SC.
Alves. Alves gonna feel that one tomorrow morning. And a little bit of a bruise from that blast from Vitor, who played it off of him out of bounds. Not even sure he was intending to do that, but long kick up ahead, as we'll find nobody except for Wright, waiting all the way back just in front of his 18. Loriot, 78 minutes gone as of just a couple of seconds ago. So everybody keeping a close eye on that clock, as it is all that stands between Brave and the biggest 3 points of the season. Andrade will take this one away, bring it up the field himself. Now Debutant. Numbers for Nona here. Brave. The counterattack will fizzle out a bit. Loriot. Sideline. Turned back. Now out to the right. Thompson. Way inside, fighting against Rodriguez and Debutant here. Dre now going to try to switch fields. No one in a black kit there for him. Correa lets this one go out. Oh, man. What a move right there. Looked like that was heading for the sideline. It's going to be a goal kick. Tiepo. Ball from a dutiful ball boy there on the far side.
Ladies and gentlemen, we still have a lot of time left in this contest, but if you can't get enough Brave SC, then you're in luck.
10 minutes to go.
Contest is away June 19th.
It's about 30 seconds, and whatever stoppage time is assigned by the officiating crew. Foul called against Rosano as he was spotting up for that one.
Away versus Brookhouse. And then we'll be back here in 2 weeks on June 29th versus Florida Elite. Tickets can be purchased at the front gate.
Turnover right there. Diaz gets it to Rosano. Diaz streaking up the middle. Rosano's going to try himself. Oh, he's got it! Rosano, his first goal of the year, and it comes against the Longhorns. The Buffalo now burying their rivals 3-0 here at the range, just as we hit the 80-minute mark of this contest. Oscar Rosano's first of the season, and it had to feel good. Nico Diaz also adding an assist to his ridiculous night. But boy, that has to feel good for Rosano. And you think about his season last year, took him a couple games to get going, but as soon as he did, 4 goals in 3 games, you got to wonder if seeing one go into the net could be the difference for him now. If he's about to rip off a streak like what we saw from him last year, could be a huge contributor on the offensive end if he can start putting away some of these chances. And you see just the excitement and the relief visible from here. An unbelievable night for the Buffalo. Up 3-0 now on Nona FC. A statement match, certainly. These two teams, perennial contenders. Again, I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, have split the last 2 division results between them. Nona taking it from the Buffalo in their inaugural season. The Buffalo taking it right back last year. Buffalo, by the way, over the course of 2 years, had not won against Nona FC, and now would have the lead in an aggregate format across 5 matches with this current 3-0 standing. Should this result hold or Nona fail to score at least 2 in this contest, it will be the first ever match, by the way, between these two teams decided by more than 1 goal. Thompson now, Nona desperately looking to get back into this with less than 8 minutes to play in regulation. Ball up ahead now, tapped up into the air by Galina, now played up ahead, running after this one, but not going to get to it. Nona attacker, Matias Tiepo, able to get on top of that one. Played back, Starnes to right, scoops the long kick. Played forward by Rodriguez.
Assist on that last goal by number 21. Assist on the last goal by number 21, Nico Diaz. So tonight, Nico Diaz has 2 goals and 1 assist for Brave SC.
And so now, this is Tiepo. Galina. Into the middle here. Deputat. Andrade. Deputat, long ball up ahead, trying for the open net. Wright manages to get around in time and holds it out. Nazar Deputat, I don't think anyone else in the building saw the opportunity right there, except for him. He went for it. And boy, if Wright had been another step or two out, he might have had a real chance at it. Wright, as it stands, doing a solid job getting back in time for that one, tracking it over his shoulder and making the catch with some time. This now is Ajakwa. Vitor and Galina battling in that corner with Thompson. Now receiving, working against Rodriguez. Little chip up into the corner, chasing it to the touchline. Thompson gets Rodriguez sliding, plays it down. Bradbury manages to get it away. Ajakwa. He's back to Loriot now, moving up. Shot right there by Kraus is blocked. Loriot. 85 minutes gone as of this second. Kraus. Cleared by Brave. Louis Bradbury chasing after it. Tapped away off the heel there of Loriot. Throw in to Rosano. Correa has it knocked away up the sideline. I was looking to get it forward here. Knocked away. Back to Tiepo. Buffalo will take back over possession. 4 minutes of regulation left in this one. Andrade. Pass played up ahead, headed up into the air. Tiepo. Clever little play right there. Letting that pass through his hands so that he can now pick this up and roll it away. Content to take his time on the play. Brave SC sitting on a 3-0 lead. Better, I think, than anyone could have dreamed this night would go for the Buffalo. Diaz in pursuit, going to be picked up, though, by Wright.
I think we have a clue as to who it might be. And his interview at the Standard Coffee Shop. And don't miss the Prima play for the best moment.
Middle now, Dre. Turning back with Bradbury in his face. He's back to Slade Starnes. And over to Loriot. This result significant, not just because of the 3 points that Brave SC will receive and Nona will not, but also goal differential. Buffalo were trailing in that department, but now going to make up 6 goals in that category on Nona. Could be significant depending on the outcome of the next matchup between these two teams, which of course will be a much larger deciding factor. However, if that were to go back the other way in the Longhorns' favor, that extra bit of cushion in goal differential as a tiebreaker could be significant. Nona actually currently tied for 7th in all of USL League 2.
Number 7, Fabio Rodriguez.
Goal differential, plus 14.
Do you think it might be keeper Brickwall Tiepo? Or is it going to be number 21, Nico Diaz?
Throwing pass, headed away from the goal. Loose on the ground, Galina skying it away all the way out onto the track here at the range. Throw in, back to Thompson. Thompson over to Dre. The left sideline now. Nona just looking for something. That's not going to do it. That cross running all the way to the opposite sideline. Galina would throw in. Into the middle. Nakamura to the center for Rosano. He's unable to corral the ball there. So Nona back on it. We are now in the 90th minute. Rodriguez in the vicinity, and that pass intercepted by Bradbury. Gets it away to Rodriguez, trying to push his way up the field, trying to run there with Thompson, who's got much fresher legs. Rodriguez has been in for every minute of this one. Saw him come off the field for the Buffalo this season, actually.
Fans, we do have one more late entrant. Is tonight's man of the match possibly Buff, the Brave SC mascot?
Closing in on 90 minutes. Galena going to get in front of that one. That chip just barely missing the left post there of the Brave SC goal. It'll be a corner now coming for the Longhorns. This play will almost certainly take us across 90 minutes, and there it is. We are officially in stoppage time for this one. Buffalo on their way to a victory, though Nona has surprised some teams late in contests. Rosano manages to get a head away on that one. Rodriguez knocked to the ground there, no whistle. And Nakamura, great block right there at the top of the 18. This is Dre. Goes to play back to Thompson. Thompson kind of the lone man back on the back line. Starnes now kind of making his way back there. Cross in for Loriot. Another cross blocked by Vitor. Nicely done right there, getting a leg on top of it. Chips it back the other way, but it's turnover. Top guarding Starnes. To Loriot, back to Starnes. And he will switch fields. Gets it over to Dre. Out of the head. Alves tapping it back into the middle. And just shaking off Deputat. This is Barclay. As it wrested away by Nakamura, who comes away with it in space and is going to clear. Buffalo just waiting on those final 3 whistles.
Do we have any idea how much seconds was awarded? No?
Dre. Up to All. Circling back. Just doing little loop-de-loops there at the edge of the box. Here's a try. Just skates by that far post. Chepo, it would appear, is going to get the clean sheet.
Substitution in.
We're going to get a substitution here as time is just about done. 3 minutes of stoppage put up there, and we are almost at that mark already. But Troy Martinez is going to make his way onto the pitch.
During the contest, number 27, Troy Martinez.
Martinez making his second home appearance for the Buffalo.
Of the crowd.
And very exciting. Last time he did so, took the pitch and became the youngest player ever to do so for Brave SC. Martinez, not yet 17 years old, worked his way up, playing for Brave SC2 in the UPSL.
Troy Martinez.
Now, getting some run with the first team. Here's a chance. Bradbury just missed. And frustration starting to show a little bit for Louis there, despite having finally gotten one last week. Drive ball out to the far side. Oh, flying in there was Martinez, took a tumble. Seems to be none the worse for wear. Matias coming all the way up to blast that one back upfield from our angle. So who was going into the stands for a second there. Throwing right at midfield for Nona. Seconds remaining for them to try to put a tally on the board. All that is at stake at this point is Matias Tiepo's clean sheet. Only one ever for the Buffalo against Nona FC. Chepo not putting the ball on the ground just yet, with Kraus looming. Now Sends one long. Oscar Rosano running after it. Thompson going to head it back to right. Boy, Chiepo almost picking up an assist right there. Had Oscar just been able to get the positioning on that one. Chiepo did record an assist last season. Played one long ball, kicked up the right side for Nick Munch, who made a run, scored against Florida Elite. The win at Florida Elite ended up being a huge result for Brave SC last season. Nakamura turning it back. Will play all the way back to Chiepo, who waits at about 25 yards upfield. And he's going to send this thing. That should just about do it here. Rosano receiving, trying to turn it back towards the Nona goal. And now out of bounds, and still playing on. This game just destined to continue, it would seem. Andrade on it. Goes over to Nakamura, now taking a foul, and this one should certainly be a card. It is to Kraus. Nothing to do with the play right there. Pure frustration.
Yellow card issued. Number 9, Christian Kraus.
A frustrating game for Nona FC, certainly. Even given the bitterness of this rivalry, it certainly crosses a line. Chiepo making sure that Andrade is okay before sending this ball away. Chiepo now going to take it himself, and that will do it. 3 whistles, 3 goals, 3 points for the Buffalo. They defeat the Longhorns 3-0 in their first matchup of the year between the two rival sides. An unbelievable evening for Brave SC. 2 goals coming courtesy of Nico Diaz, 1 assisted by Fabio Rodriguez, 1 assisted by Mateus Ferreira, and the final coming from Oscar Rosano, assisted by the aforementioned Nico Diaz, who again is almost certainly going to be our man of the match this evening. Incredible game, incredible night all around. Thank you to everyone who came out and who viewed and stuck out the weather delays. It certainly wouldn't be a match against Nona if it weren't for some strange weather phenomena, but we made it through, and the Buffalo coming out the other side as the victors. A fantastic night and a fantastic one to spend with you. I'm Drew Shaltry, thanking you for watching this evening. Again, the final score, Brave SC 3, Nona FC 0. You've been watching on Brave SC TV.